us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Yep, gotta get 10 cells before I'm done with this farm. I have one so far. Not just gonna do it for an hour or so like last time. Unless we're unlucky. Unless we're unlucky.
Great work, Tenno.
That makes 2 cells.
The assassination target is nearby. Seek and destroy.
What a mess. Let's clean it up.
It was difficult to locate the source vector of the sector's infestation, but you are finally here. Deep within this millennia-old, Orokin-turned-infested ship lurks a creature unable to fight in the old war. Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster. That was a juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested. Lay low and it should go away, or amp up the fight to draw it out.
Alright, 225 is enough.
Signatures detected. We've got infested incoming. Be wary. The creature has grown unfathomably strong through centuries of absorbing matter and self-replication.
Good. Over yonder's the wheat. Go plow the fields.
The juggernaut has moved on. It's safe to proceed.
There's a third cell. So unlike last time, I'm saying 10 cells and that's it. Now, depending on RNG, that could just be 10 runs, which is approximately a half hour, or it could be the entire stream if it's particularly bad, or just like 5 minutes if it's particularly good. It really depends a lot on what the random number generator says. But 10 cells it is, instead of 30. I got 30 cells last time, by the way. For like that, doing this for most of the stream. After that, I know Void Fishers is one thing I should farm.
Target down.
Don't know where his drops are. Unless I already got them.
Great work, Tenno. They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Alright. Just help him keep track. That doesn't tell me how many I've gotten in this farm, now does it? Let's just assume that's number 3.
We need to find the VIP and take them down. Do not let the target escape.
I don't know how much of a recap I can give on
It's
Warframe.
difficult to locate the source vector of the sector's infestation.
There's a little bit more progress on the star chart. Frame-wise, I've got a few more but mostly got prime variants of the other frames I have. And yeah, nothing tremendously new since the last booster.
Be wary. The creature has grown unfathomably strong through centuries of absorbing matter and self-replication.
Come on.
Deep within this millennia-old Orokin-turned-infested ship lurks a creature
Oh, fantastic.
fight in the old war.
One with the
Make your
butt
way to
face,
its location
or the
and
one
dispatch
with
this
the
monster.
or the Lord of the Rings one? Because there's two big-looking demon guys in that keep. Oh, you play Elder Scrolls Online? I used to. It took me so many years to quit that game. If you're having fun, but I can't recommend the game. There's a cell. That's our fourth. What's also mighty confusing is the fact that there's a thing called Elite Sanctuary Onslaught in Warframe. And guess what its acronym is? I got so confused when I saw that chat. I still get a little confused. Just spent, I think, 4 or 5 years playing ESO. I guess here's a more apt question: was the demon thing in lava, or was it just in a room? Oh, hello there. It's an extra cell.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno. Multiple targets ahead.
I get another extra cell. So we hit 3 at the start. Yeah, that's the Lord of the Rings one.
Target down. Assassination contract complete.
Okay, that means we're at 6 out of 10. What else is good for drops? Because I already did Tellurium. I need like a lot of cells. I know there's some weapons I think that still need 15, but there's also I want to make these Ak Bronco Primes, which requires me to make 2 Bronco Primes. I have the parts for, except I need 20 Orokin cells to make 2 of them.
Assassination contracts are not to be
So
taken lightly.
it's
Eliminating this target
I don't know when I'll get those done.
Leave no survivors.
I mean, I'll have enough cells after this farm. I should be at 25, but like
Infestation.
I could spend that on stuff that crafts a lot sooner. $275 right out the gate. That's pretty good. And a short run too.
Only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested.
I've mentioned that unless it's for a quest, the levels are procedurally generated.
Creature has grown
That's why I say it's a tile set instead of a zone or something.
self-replication. Multiple targets ahead.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of the best way to play. I played it more seriously like I do Warframe, and it does not lend itself to that. It has enough daily stuff in there, and daily caps, that, like, there is real incentive to play it daily, at least in terms of experience rewards. Especially the dungeon dailies. Like, those undaunted keys you can't get in any other way. which really sucks. Yeah, it is a game that's best played casually every now and again. Well, the real reason I say I left is because of the absolute shite balancing, because I was into PvP there, Cyrodiil PvP, and oh my word. PvE I was in for a while, but that too, because that gets really easy. Once you know what you're doing and you can actually optimize a build. Oh my gosh. Like, if you have completely unoptimized stuff, like all light gear, and you don't really quite know what you're doing, PvE is actually challenging in overworlds and other things, but as soon as you actually get to optimize gears and builds, it's actually face rolling. I think it would be an exaggeration, but not a big exaggeration to say you could just smash your face against your keyboard to win. Because gear and stats are that big of a thing. We get none this time. Hey. You know, because you still enjoy it, and you aren't sucked into it as hard as I was, I don't think I should ruin that for you, but I could very easily do that with my own ranting. Because I started back at 2014 at launch, and only quit like last year or the year before. And it was only in like the second year that I'm like, I'm not having much fun playing this, but kept playing because I was hooked. Which is why I was really hesitant to get into Warframe, because it's a similar type of lifestyle game. I see other veterans like taking rigs every now and again that I've come across and helped me out. So hopefully this thing doesn't get its fangs into as deeply as ESO did. A bit of a longer run this time. Only slightly. Yeah, I'd say the reason I started is because I'm like, oh sweet, next Elder Scrolls game.
Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster.
I think it tries a bit too much to be an MMO. Feels a bit too MMO-y to be an Elder Scrolls game, and maybe a bit too much for an Elder Scrolls game to be an MMO. Or not, I don't know. Also designed by Accretion, which I wasn't a fan of being there the entire time. Honestly, Warframe balance is by Accretion, but because I haven't gotten into PvP yet, it doesn't quite bother me. You can just stick to the content that you can beat. Alright, in case you don't know what design by accretion is, it's when you balance things not by balancing them, just by adding newer, stronger stuff to make all of the unbalanced stuff completely obsolete. MMOs do this a lot, especially WoW. Like, alright, you got all these sets level 50 that are, and some are absolutely broken. Well, instead of figuring out how to balance those level 50 sets, let's just introduce level 60 sets that completely blow them out of the water and give us another shot. And you just keep doing that. It ultimately leads to bloat in the game. Did I get no? Did I get any Organ cells this time? Because I know ESO started off as a subscription game, and it started off trying to do things like actually balancing them. But Eric Robo was the combat lead for a long, long time. Many years longer than he should have, and he eventually just went to design by accretion, and now you have a lot of sets in the game, and maybe half of them are like competitively are like viable at higher skill levels. Especially the crafted sets. A lot of the crafted sets are not useful.
Operator, messages have arrived in your inbox.
Oh, I know who that is. That message is from a certain someone who doesn't like me killing things. You know, I kind of set myself off there. Sorry, it's really easy to set me off on ESO. I spent such a long time and it's still somewhat fresh in memory. Unlike Dark Souls 3, where I got out of that many years ago.
It was difficult to locate the source vector of this sector's infestation, but you are finally here. Be wary. The creature has grown unfathomably strong through centuries of absorbing matter and self-replication.
That was about whether I can actually get some energy, because oh, I'll get stung by that little thing. Alright. Alright, 200 energy.
Turned infested ship lurks a creature created to fight in the old war.
Yeah.
Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster.
I'll give you a crossroads now. I can keep talking about it, and you can let me air my grievances as a way to fill airtime, or I can stop now and you can enjoy it for what it is. Because I honestly don't want to ruin the game for you, because I have gripes with it. Because you and I are playing it in different ways, because you're playing it super casually, and I have a hard time playing a game off and on. Like, I tend to sink myself into one or two games fully, instead of playing games off and on from time to time. Except for stream. Now that I have a new way of playing games, which is on stream, that's like 2 hours a day of playing a game, and then we don't play that game again until the next 2 hours the next day. Which is interesting. Alright. Killed. And destroyed. And eviscerated. Please tell me I got an organ cell.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction. Heavy infestation ahead. Target down.
None. That's three runs in a row with no cells. Okay. Yeah, that's where my drawing came from at first, too. We'll say the content didn't feel that repeatable, especially early on. Maybe in later zones, more recently released ones, it's repeatable, but the original base content, like the three faction zones, you go through that a second time, it's not different enough.
We need to find the VIP and take them down. Do not let the target escape.
Be on guard for the ancients.
It was difficult to locate the source vector of this.
And I mean, that leads into another gripe I can point out about the game, but I'll hold it to myself unless you want to hear.
Deep within this millennia-old Orokin-turned-infested ship lurks a creature created to fight in the old war. Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster. Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to hate a game to criticize it. You can criticize things that you love, which is something that can be forgotten in the current internet climate. getting remembered, though. I'm seeing that reminder pop up a lot more often that you can criticize things you love. Just because you disagree doesn't mean you hate. There still is a sizable chunk of, if you don't agree with us, that means you hate it, and therefore I hate you. There you are. Should not be shooting at... Okay. That's unfortunate. Don't get to one cycle it. There we go, close enough. There's a cell. Also, but been a long while. Yeah, I'm feeling relaxed. Actually got to sleep the past few days. I sleep well. I would be playing Dark Souls 2. I don't know what you're seeing below, what the game is, but I got a drop chance booster, and that always means I have to grind out Warframe, because most of those. Road.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here. Track it down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Alright. That's the case. I mentioned that the quests aren't that fun to replay. Well, I mean, it's especially the case because the quests end up being a lot of fighting. If you can skip through the dialogue, then you still have to fight all the stuff. Yeah, I'm used to you missing the streams, but pop in when you feel like it. I will miss you when you're gone, but not so badly I end up committing Sudoku.
Assassination target is nearby. Seek and destroy. It was difficult to locate the source
Relive your
of
life.
the sector's infestation, but you are
Right,
finally here.
back to those ESO quests. If you like with the combat then, if you can skip all the dialogue.
Deep within this
And
millennia
once you're good at the game, as I said, the combat is dull as fuck.
make your way to its location and dispatch this monster.
Not because it doesn't have depth. I mean, it can have depth. It's just, especially when it comes to solo content, they make it so damn easy. So it's just utterly mind-numbing to go through the quests again, except here's the thing. You may think, I'm done with the quest, so I have to do them again. But they have like 4 classes, and you can do a magic or a stamina tilt on either of them, which means you have to make 8 alts. And then maybe you have to multiply those by a number of races, and it's just, you have to go through the game a bunch of times if you're going to play that hardcore and make sure you have all your options. So you have to go through some mind-numbing content repeatedly. As do I. But I'm most glad you're in a better spot, because I still... Not specifics, but definitely generally, you're in a bad spot when we first entered my streams. Still glad I could help you out. There's a second cell. Yes. I'm still in a financially bad spot, but emotionally I'm doing good. And again, I'm not sure who isn't in a financially bad spot right now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Energy ran out. Get like 50, it should be alright. Come on. Oh, now you open up as soon as I switch targets, you asshole. Okay. Alright, you're dead. You're dead. You are almost dead. Stop farting. There. There. Alright, now to extract.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
Check this. That room's not there.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Well, yeah, and feel free to stop in to ask for more advice. I'm always willing to give it. I'd say there might be a time when I'm not, but I'd have to be in a particularly foul mood, and that's rarely the case on stream. So I'm never in those moods for long. I can talk myself out of those. I actually lost count of how many cells I have. Oh, one more cell, and then I can call this farm kaputs.
The inbox has messages for the operator. Anything about orders in there?
No artists. They never mention you. Yeah, I'm not sure if Sniff has been around the same room as Sobit, but Sobit used to be here pretty active. He tends to be very active in chat when he's here. And as you heard, I helped him out in a rough spot in his life. So he's not here as often because he's doing better out there. I'll stop by every now and again. And maybe he'll be a regular one day. But for now, it's every once in a while. I forget when the last time you watched Warframe was, because there was another recent booster in like the last week. And not much has happened since that booster, but I don't think you were there for that. I mean, I've been getting new frames, I've been getting new weapons, like usual.
Transference still holding.
Oh. Sometimes they don't burst through the floor, and the sound effect of them appearing is tied to the floor bursting. Oh, you're up second. Well, that's new. And you walked onto my wisps who just can't stay still. So I'll probably run out of energy this time. I did not get any extra energy on the way here. I don't know how exciting this is to watch, but I have to, like... They are on just a phase 2. They are. Oh, nice. Yeah, lately I've been going to sleep at, like, midnight or 1. Because, of course, the stream keeps me up to 10. Oh, is this guy gonna stay shut now? Yes, got him. Yeah, it's best if I get about 200 energy before I fight. I start with 150, so I just need to pick up 2 orbs. That should be enough to last me the whole fight. Otherwise I have to use my shotgun for a bit. Yeah. Help me with that. What have you been swinging at? Yeah, thanks to shield gating, there isn't much of an issue of taking hits. Anything? No, nothing. Oh, no drops. Or I already got them. Yeah. Stream do I could change times on the stream. If I go earlier, though, there's more likely I'll have to end up eating on stream. Like, I still have a part of my dinner with me, but that's just because I tend to take a while to eat. Usually eat over the course of several hours. So I make very large plates. So I ate, like, half to 2/3 of it in, like, the first hour, and then the remainder I eat over the course of the next several hours. Yeah, I guess this is kind of the best time there is then. Anywho. Up to 10 is the stream, and then usually stay up a couple hours later, because I tend to want a couple hours to... Wait, I gotta sell. I'm at 10. Okay, last run. I know this may reveal your age, but like college or high school? Or another school? I think you mentioned college at some point.
We need to purge this place.
College is pretty freeform compared to the levels of school prior to it, at least in America.
But you are finally here.
Alright, last time you'll be seeing me repeat this level. Unless you want to see more of it. In which case I wouldn't be terribly opposed, because I do need more Oregon cells. I always will. Alright, let's see if we can get some energy. So I think around the time I was getting motivated enough to do it, Warframe came in, and I'm like, alright, I'll give it a try, and I got hooked. I have been doing a bit of hacker rank stuff on those sites. Those give you little coding exercises to do. So I'm keeping some of the rust off.
Lurks a creature created to fight in the old war.
Yeah, I'm kind of... I have 3 things in mind. One is I could continue modding Oblivion. I still have to do growth jewelry and touch up my other mods. 2 would be to learn Unity and make a game in that. And 3 would be to use my C++ education to make a game for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah. Those are my 3 options. I'm not sure which one I'll pick, because never quite good, because they're all big projects. And I can't just work on those simultaneously, obviously. I'm really not sure which one to do, because I'm kind of torn between which ones I'd enjoy the most and which one would look best on a resume. So I know I'd enjoy the Oblivion modding the most, but that one... proprietary scripting language would not be the most applicable to other stuff. Oh, that'd be nice. I mean, you definitely get some rusty code at first. Well, I do remember the general etiquette for how to code, and like how to code a bit well. I'd have to look up a lot of things that might not be best implemented. But I suppose it doesn't matter, because you'd be learning alongside me. Yeah, that would be nice to get involved in. Plus, I only had like 1 group project in all of college. So, I don't have much experience coding in a team, and this will give me that.
Multiple targets ahead. They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
But yeah, databases are somehow fun. I had like 1 class on SQL, but oh boy did I enjoy it. Alright, now just to double check. 25. Alright.
Unread inbox messages make me ill.
Oh, it wasn't the guy who said I don't like you killing things, it was the battle pay. Alright. I don't know what frames you've seen me had last time, but I got Frost Prime just now, Zephyr, more recent edition. There's Wukong, there's Volt, there's Titania, there's Valkyr, there's Valbon Prime, who I recently upgraded to Prime last night, so Valbon Regular is gone. There's Rhino, there's Oberon Prime, Nyx, Mesa Prime, Necros, Nessa Prime, Mag, Limbo I've had for a while and never quite used, Vara Prime, Frost, who I need to get rid of, but only in a few hours, Gara, Inaros Prime, Excalibur Umbra, Equinox Prime, Ember Prime, Wisp, who's one of my favorites, Atlas Prime, and Chroma Prime. I do not have Rust. And for guns, I'm training the Agranac, and I have a fair few more Prime weapons. Like a lot, actually, if I'm looking at it.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the
make the Lotus proud.
Yeah, I unlocked this room too, by the way.
Disgusting, is it not, operator? Ordis would enjoy
purging this.
cleaning this room, but sadly this vile mass serves you and your warframes. A necessary evil.
Yeah, so part of the ship is infested. In a few hours, be able to do the next thing with this.
Ordis cannot remember, but there does
Oh, that's
seem
great.
to be a
Yeah, so this is the Helminth, which I named to a Kletra, by the way.
the infestation.
And yes, you can subsume warframes to it.
Or not, Ordis does not trust this thing.
So subsuming the warframe will basically deletes your warframe. To be precise, it's getting eaten into the wall in the back there. Here. This is, well, was Valbon now. And then one of the warframe's abilities will become available for you to put onto every single one of your other warframes. And then there's some Helminth original abilities, like Empower. So basically, when I get a prime version of a frame, I then max out the regular frame if it's not already maxed, and then I feed it to the Helminth. So I get the ability. So in 2 hours, 20 minutes, Valbon will be finished, and then I can feed my regular Frost to this thing. Because I have Frost Prime. And then it takes like 24 or 23 hours for it to completely subsume a thing, plus some resource consumption. I should see if I can actually top it off and anything. Yeah, it is. And this is actually a really important part to endgame optimization because, you know, some frames have abilities that are a little lackluster. And with this, you can just replace those with stuff that actually works. I could feed it enough. Yeah, well, tops off to 100. Take some ferrite. Carbides? Maybe. I don't think I need carbides for much. Or salvage. Yeah, so these resources I feed it, it costs these to do anything with the Helminth, so I do have to periodically feed it in order to be able to do stuff. I think I got Radial Blind from Excalibur, so I can put that in other frames. Quiver from Avara. Smite from Oberon, which I have an augment for to actually buff ally damage with radiation. Firewalker from Nizza. I think that's all the frames I've subsumed to it. The rest are all just Helminth stuff. Then as I feed it more, it'll unlock more, and at the 10th Metamorphosis I can subsume all the frames. I don't have to metamorphize it again. Yes, it speaks to you in your mind, and that... I don't know what kind of voice that is. This is my training loadout. It's just got all the stuff that I have that I haven't mastered yet. Oh yeah, I'm also MR19. If you remember what master rank I was last time, that could tell me how long it's been since you watched, but I doubt you remember that number. Got Zephyr Prime on the way, because Zephyr is really fun. Alright, what do I have that needs... Right, so there's the Ack Bronco Prime, which I have the parts for it, but I want to keep a Bronco Prime, because I have this mod called Dizzying Rounds that I like. It's, if you point blank a guy with a Bronco, you could then do a finisher on them. But basically an insta-kill in most cases. So I want to keep one Bronco around. We need to make 2 more Bronco Primes, and I have the parts for it, and now I have the cells for it. But that's a lot of cells. It's 20 Oregon cells. Just to make the Ack Bronco Prime. So I'm going to hold off on that for a while. I know there's a lot of secondaries that need Forma, and Forma take 23 hours to craft. So no thank you. Most of those anyways, at least not for a while. Dual Raza will be made next because I'm training the dual commas now. Anything needing more working cells? Actually, let me just check here. Actually, that's a bit too much for me to look through. I have learned that the drop chance booster does increase the drop rate of void traces from doing these missions. Which, I mean, these are good missions to do. I mean, there's a Requiem defense, but don't really need to do Requiem relics. Let's do mobile defense and exterminate. Wait, how long until these reset? Oh, like an hour. Okay. Won't have a defense mission for a long time. I guess I do some Neo. I'm not sure if I ever did the Fishers on stream. These, you do them to crack open relics, which contain parts for Prime stuff. So when I get the parts for a Bronco Prime, this is how you get them. You get the relic, you do the Fisher, you maybe get the part.
Mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations.
I can't pick that up. My connection may be really tenuous to this guy, honestly.
I can't do this without you. There are void fissures in the area.
If I can shoot that thing. Okay, I can shoot it. I can shoot it at least.
A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics.
Oh. Oh my. These 2 guys, they can't move.
Proceed and prepare.
This guy must have really bad internet. Oh no. Oh no. Why are they dying? Oh, I can't even pick this up. Yeah, let's just abort. That's not a good lobby to be in. Alright, let's try the interception, the Meso mobile defense. Yeah, throughout the mission, just the regular missions with a bit higher level enemies, and a portion of them will periodically be transformed into corrupted variants. And the corrupted variant has a chance to drop Void Reactant, which you need 10 of to open your relic, otherwise you get nothing at the end. So if you kill too fast, you can not get enough reactant, but that's kind of it. As long as you don't kill too fast, it should be fine. Mobile defense is pretty guaranteed. Now, the main reason I'm doing mobile defense is because Frost is very good at defending stationary objectives, of which there are several in this.
Open a relic, but are you competent?
I don't have the ability of those, never mind. That's actually not quite a problem. Huh.
You're near a fissure. The enemies are dropping reactant. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Here is a terminal. Get me in. and
This
get
thing's
ready.
neat. Like, I don't know if the allies can see that, but it does highlight stuff in red when I ADS at them.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I don't know if this gun's ever going to be good, though. I may probably end up selling it later. That's pretty neat. Of course, it actually has a fire selector, too. Between single and auto. Single has higher crit rate, auto has higher status chance.
Continue to defend.
Otherwise, at the same damage.
Attack us and we will counter.
Yeah, that stuff, its own icon is the reactant, so I need 6 more. And we're pretty solid.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
Shoot that.
Got to find a terminal. Proceed and prepare.
Funnily enough, the secondary I'm training right now is the Ack Bronco, just the regular ones. Yeah, it's just dual-wielding Broncos, but the naming sense is usually when you dual it, you either add an A or an AK in front of it. The Ack Bronco.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
Oh, that's glass.
I'm in, Tenno.
We won't discuss that.
This will take a moment.
Now, if I had my 3, I'd be able to defend this pretty well, but I don't. So. There it is. It's all yellowy. Ooh, got my 2
Still
unlocked.
working on it. Continue to defend.
This thing will be really small, though. Oh yeah, that's real small. But satisfying, still. Put some reach mods on that'll be a nice big wave, but it's better to put strength mods onto Frost.
That's it. You opened the relic.
Because again, his 3 is like his... It puts up this globe. It's literally called Snow Globe, and it creates this sphere of ice that just blocks all damage from outside.
Protect your avaricious servant.
Oh my god. You've been watching the Bosnian Society.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any pigeons in this area.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I don't need help opening the door. Where even are they? Where?
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
No, none of them do. Bugged out. Eh. Eh. Oh, wait a minute. If I can... Yeah, it deals a nice amount of damage. Damn, is it narrow.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it.
I get the Oxium, and we're out. Oh, that's a lot of Oxium. That's why you take out the cameras. Because they do that, and that knocks you back, and that's really annoying. Kills your flow. Okay, Orpheus Prime Blade, Pangolin Prime Handle. I guess. I mean, is the silver one. Yeah, I generally prefer an endless type mission for these, because then you don't have to keep extract and then do a repeat mission to get the stuff.
Ordis has received messages for the operator. No, I have not read them.
Yeah, that one's done too. Alright, we're just pausing the society stuff. By the way, it was Alyssa's internet is out today because she's in the boonies. It was bad to begin with. It's especially bad today, and the internet company's definitely not coming today. But she introduced me to this, and now I have to show you as well. I'll show you the one that she introduced me to first.
Hello guys. Welcome back to another chess tutorial. Yes, it is me, Vikram Rahul Abhishek Pranav Rajesh. Today I will show you a simple yet effective chess trap that players of any rating will be guaranteed to fall for. It is a variation of the Tennyson Gambit, and I will show you why it is so effective. We will start with a standard opening, King's pawn to e4. Black responds with the Scandinavian defense, Queen's pawn to d5. This is Black's first mistake, and the game is already over for him. The natural move would be to capture Black's pawn. However, in the Tennyson Gambit, we will sacrifice this pawn. We will play knight to f3. Black responds by capturing our pawn, attacking our knight. Now we will move our knight to f5, saving the piece and attacking Black's pawn. To defend the hanging pawn, Black plays knight to f6, bringing the piece to an active square. Next, we will make another sacrifice. We will move our d-pawn to d3. Black is already ahead in material, and so they will accept the sacrifice. Now we can develop our bishop by capturing the pawn on d3. Now you have essentially won the game. Black plays pawn to h6 attacking the knight. What we will do next is move the knight to f7, forking the rook and queen. Black has no options except to capture the rook with the king and leave it in an exposed position. We can move the bishop to g6 to check Black. Black cannot retreat his king because the bishop is now attacking this entire corridor. Black once again has no choice but to capture with the king. Done. Black's queen is now exposed after we sacrificed a knight and bishop. The next move is obvious. We can launch an RT-2PM2 topple M cold launched 3-stage solid propellant silo-based intercontinental ballistic missile to attack Black's remaining pieces. However, if you are a beginner at chess, you can use an anti-tank guided missile instead. In this example, we will use the BGM-71 TOW anti-tank missile launched from an M3 Bradley cavalry fighting vehicle tracked armored reconnaissance vehicle. Now watch very carefully as we maneuver our ATGM to an effective position that can control the board. As you can see, our attack was a success. White now has a material advantage and is ahead in the development of their pieces. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next chess tutorial.
Oh, this channel is really something. You can thank Alyssa for this. Oh my word. Let's say your pigeon thing reminded me of this.
This is a mailbox. Or is it? How do you know if this receptacle for your letters and packages is as innocent as it seems? The truth is, you don't, because mailboxes are never innocent. They are a part of a greater conspiracy that we have been trying to uncover since the Ronald Reagan administration of 1980, but we have always come up empty-handed. We struggle to find their true intentions due to their ultimate secrecy, concealed in plain sight. Don't be fooled by their harmless appearance. You never know what inhuman thoughts are going on inside their sentient minds. They have an insatiable hunger, fueled by a ravenous desire for instant gratification of their primal instincts for bloodlust. Do you really think they stay in the same place in front of your house? Don't be a fool. How many hours a day do you surveil your mailbox? Because as soon as you look away, their master plan progresses further. Unbeknownst to many, mailboxes are capable of movement, and what they can do in the time you aren't looking at them is unpredictable. What do you think that sound was while you were sleeping last night? No, it wasn't the neighbor. It was your mailbox. While your fragile body was sleeping, your mailbox found its way into your house or apartment. What did it do while it was there? We don't know. Most people have never seen a mailbox carry out their nefarious plans, and the few who have almost never lived to tell the tale. Maybe they have been going through your contacts and leaving them unread, selling your number to every existing telemarketer in France, or returning fraudulent tax forms to the IRS under your name to frame you for tax evasion. But these are just the least malicious examples. Mailboxes are unpredictable. They are a public enemy and menace to society. What they will do next cannot be known or prevented. Do you really think the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty of 1991 between the United States and Soviet Union was about nuclear disarmament? Of course not. Both SALT-I and SALT-II were mere cover-ups of secretive negotiations between the nations regarding the containment of mailboxes, and we all know what happened to one of the two. No one can save you now. Why do you think Richard Nixon visited the People's Republic of China in 1972? Does your feeble mind really believe that ping-pong diplomacy was as simple as a few ping-pong matches? Any sane person would know that the ping-pong players were mere guises, and what was actually happening was a series of covert intelligence exchanges on the rising threat of mailboxes without alarming the public. Now you know the truth. You can only grasp at the thin strands of time left we have on this earth before the mailboxes complete their master plan, and every second that passes, every action you take, every thought you have brings them closer. When you go to collect your mail, do you think your mailbox is complying to your demands? Is it just letting you have your mail? No. Every time you open your mailbox gets to know you better, and not in a friendly way. It keeps track of your behavior, your beliefs, your values. It knows where you are at all times because it knows where you are not. It knows what you are doing at all times because it knows what you are not doing. It knows what you are thinking at all times because it knows what you are not thinking. It knows your greatest fears and weaknesses. Do not be tricked by the mailbox's simple appearance. They are known to rely on the cruelest forms of psychological warfare, whittling down your morale over time no matter how long it takes. Was the 1983 Soviet nuclear false alarm really caused by malfunctioning systems? Or was it an early attempt by mailboxes to induce mutually assured destruction of humanity by nuclear war? Your simple mind is always following the doomed path your mailbox has already determined, and there is no way to escape it. As we await the inevitable fate that the mailboxes has already decided, it is best to appease your mailbox and make sure you are on good terms with it, for the mailbox mafia is inevitable.
I'll leave the rest for you guys to watch. Bosnian Ape Society. His best video, though, is you are in a field.
We have located the enemy's planetary communication towers.
No,
Capture the towers and remain in control long enough to decode incoming messages.
We'll put an end to this corpus greed.
Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A Fisher. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic.
Oh, I have my 3.
Look for more
Alright.
reactant.
This is Frost's signature move. You can't see it that well from the inside. Probably so it helps you aim outside of it. But if I leave it,
Tower is ours now.
the snow globe, and no damage can pass from the outside to the in, I can shoot out of it. I can't shoot into it. And enemies who enter it are slowed. It's really good for stationary objectives because, well, you need to protect it from all ranged fire. Which is a lot of damage in the game, obviously.
The radio tower. We are in total control. Keep fighting.
I can have multiple of them, but there isn't much point to it. Anywho, increasing ability strength increases the health on that, which is why you want to focus on it instead of range. Yeah, I'm not gonna put up another one because it's gonna you can't shoot through it either. It's not just the enemies who can't shoot through it, allies can't. You don't damage it though. So I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. Yeah, that body went flying. Yeah, the dual combos are low mastery rank weapons, so they're very weak. I decided to build them for speed. See if I can get a high multiplier before I do a heavy attack, and I made them fast.
We are dominating. Keep it up. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Yeah, I think that leap was like 3 hits. By the time it registered it's happened, it's already on the 3rd hit. Actually, this is... I only really looked at the fact that it was interception. This is actually a pretty good space to be doing an endless. This is on Jupiter, which is the only place Hexanon drops, and you need Hexanon for a few things, or at least I do.
Decoded the message. The remaining enemies must not report back to
Oh, and it's Corpus, so not only Hexanon, but also you get the Oxium drones, which are the only way to get Oxium. I also need... I need, like... Enemies drop, like, 12 Oxium. Like, 9 to 12 Oxium. And I need 900 to make Valbon Prime. Sorry, per part, so more like 4,000, but still. I got it. It took many days of farming. But yeah, I keep an eye out for... Keep an eye out for Oxium and Hexanon. That's just some good timing. Look at that mag eject.
and capture another signal. Be careful, though. The enemy has surely rallied stronger reinforcements.
Yeah, we do got this. Not sure why we wouldn't have this. Oh, I also had, just yesterday, a shotgun that shot exploding slugs. And its reload sounded a lot like an M1 Garand. That's such a good ping.
Tower online. We have control of all 4 towers.
Yeah, my one can freeze them in place if I get a direct hit. Yeah, I kind of have a game in mind. Like, there's a game that I've been, like, when I have the skills I'd like to make for many years now. They're still loose ideas, though, because you never get to specifics until you actually do them. Oh. Oh, these guys are specters, aren't they? What's this guy saying? Yeah. Alright, there we are. There's Berserker procs.
The enemy have taken a tower. We must recapture it. Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now.
So I have an idea of what kind of game I want to make. I still haven't fully decided if I want to do Unity or a GBA game. Because I have an idea for that. I have ideas of what I want to code for all 3 of them. I just don't know which one I should work on. I wonder when I'll get my 4. I don't know. If you play on keyboard and mouse, then the abilities are, you know, they're mapped to 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've gotten into the habit of calling them that, even though that's not what the buttons are called. Will that reach? Kinda does.
All 4 towers. Tower lost. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Yeah, honestly, I'm in a similar boat.
The enemy
Like, I wouldn't be opposed to actually learning the front-end stuff for games. It's just, I kind of want to have something more to show on my resume, so I want something that I can do that won't take like a year or more to learn.
This tower is ours now.
Luckily, there's some pre-made assets you can use to get stuff going.
We are dominating.
I mean, that's why they exist. So that you can actually make the game part yourself.
We must recapture it. We have lost control of a tower. We have successfully decoded the message.
You know,
The area.
I'm not entirely familiar with that. I remember when Yonder Dev first came onto the scene, I'm like, oh yeah, that's an interesting game, but I know it's going to get absolutely ravaged if it ever enters the mainstream news cycle, because they're really not okay with exploring the darker sides of human tendencies, but I'd like to see it come to fruition, and apparently it's been a decade and nothing's really happened to it. Yeah, aside from like that 1 week or so,
Extraction
many
is
years
available,
ago,
but there are
when it
more
was
messages
actually
to be decoded.
entered the public consciousness. I don't know what happened to it. You're not the first person I've heard that. Ooh, which one do I get? I guess that one. When it comes to selling stuff, frame parts are... Yeah, I can sell these. It's another good reason to do fissures. Frame parts are worth more than weapons. And by sell, I mean sell to other players. Not, like, sell... Not vendor to NPCs. Yeah, I don't think I'd go Kickstarter with it unless I feel like, oh, I could, and I actually do have a high enough quality to maybe publish it. Maybe in some years I might reach that point, but I'm just expecting... I'm trying to keep my expectations low, because your first game really is going to be a crappy little thing that's maybe worse than a mobile game. Or a mobile game at best. You still have hopes and dreams, and they bring your expectations up, but try to keep them down. Oh. Oh, okay, so basically he's got no dev work done, but still says he's working on it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that. Because, I mean, I left my Oblivion mods kind of part way. As in, I said, oh yeah, I'm going to make a weapon, and then some armor, and then some jewelry, and then a quest, and I made the armor and I stopped there. And then I said on the page, yeah, I'm stopping here for now, because I have real life stuff to work on. But you can pick it up if you want to. You've got my permission for that, and nobody's picked up on it, to my knowledge. Then again, I haven't checked the Nexus that thoroughly. Maybe someone has. Kinda doubt it though, because it was a big coding endeavor. I don't expect many Oblivion modders to really be as proficient as I am. I expect the guys who are really good at coding probably moved on to Skyrim at this point. Or have their own jobs. There are so many people who just let their pets die in this game. It irks me. In fact, it happens so often that Bethesda even made a type of pet that self-revives infinitely because of that. Oh gosh. I know, right? They love us unconditionally and we just let them die. Why?
We have control of all 4 towers.
Oh, I got a volt buff. What? I do not like the act. Yes, well, I'm not a fan of the act. Oh, hello there. Okay, these might be useful for a bit. So these are hand shotguns. They deal nice damage, especially point blank. There's an issue with it, though. It has exactly 2 shells. You see that big disc there on it, underneath the tri-barrels? That's the magazine. You think it carries more than 2 shells, but no, it's exactly 2 shells. So, like, what's going on with that? Anywho, opening up the Void Relic gives you a random buff, though. And the buff I got was infinite ammo. So the Bronco should be fine for a little bit. Oh, and the reload time's fairly long. This is like 2.3 seconds or something, which for a secondary, you should be talking like 1.5 seconds or less. Not 2.3. Especially for one with 4. Just 4 shells. And there we go. Alright. Mac Bronco time's over.
The enemy have deployed deployed fierce reinforcements. Are you willing to stay and decode more messages?
Yeah, it does. If you build it for damage, I'd say it does good damage. Ah, hi. Oh, hello, gold. Always get gold. I don't care what it is, you always get a gold piece. This has a 2% drop rate, unless you spend 100 void traces to upgrade it, in which case you then have a 12% drop rate. It's a really bad drop rate. Alright, what am I gonna pop in? I don't really want anything specific, so just pop in one that I have most of. Although it's like an MR1 or MR2 weapon now, so I guess at this point it wouldn't do great damage. Yep. That's why there's a thing called rad shares, because when you upgrade it with void traces, the highest tier is called Radiant, and that's when it has a 12% drop rate. So we do rad shares, where all of us run the exact same relic upgraded to Radiant, so we have the highest possibility of at least one of us getting it. Because as you see, you don't have to pick the reward from your relic. If someone else gets a drop, you can pick that, as long as you have a relic open too. Alright, good night, Soviet. It's nice seeing you. Oh yeah, it's 21:17. Okay. Go on for another 45 minutes. Unless Schmiff wants me to be here longer, because I'm going to be playing this until his booster runs out. Haha! Max speed. These are still really weak, but max speed. Yeah, I think what are the mods? I have only 2 speed mods on here. I think it was Quickening, which is like plus 40% attack speed, and then Berserker, which is... Ah, I can answer that. I'm getting hit though by this thing, so... When you hit shields, purple for over shields.
We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Well, I'm getting CC'd all over the place while I'm typing, so I can't explain more about the colors. Honestly, I didn't know what the purple meant until last night either, because I asked some veteran players who've been helping me out what the heck's up with the purple numbers I see every now and again. Oh, hello. F4 is up. That seems short range. That really does seem short range. You see, increasing reach... Oh, yeah, so one of them is... Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. You saw that took a while. It really shouldn't take that long to kill something. It really shouldn't. Maybe at one point this game was like that, but not anymore. It really shouldn't take that long to kill anything. Unless it's a boss. What was I? Oh, right. So you would want Reach to make his 2 and 4 good for Frost, but the issue with that is that increasing Reach also increases the size of the snow globe, and I'd say you'd want snow globe size small, so it's just big enough to fit the objective, so that way protect back. So you make it too large, then the enemies can get inside, at which point all it really does is slow instead of protect the objective. You don't get any kind of damage protection if you're if the enemy is inside the bubble with you. Well, I guess you kind of do, because slowing them also reduces attack rate, so suppose there's that.
The enemy have deployed fierce reinforcements. Are you willing to stay and decode more messages?
Oh no, Little Shock 4 disconnected. What do I even want? Just go for an Akane Prime Blueprint. Oh, it's not reconnecting.
Try and capture another signal. Be careful though. The enemy has surely rallied stronger reinforcements.
There it goes. There it is. Now I have mouse control again. Your neck. Yeah, I really want to get a different controller. Like, the third party I got is alright, except for the fact that the stick emulates WASDA instead of being an actual stick. I don't know if that's a software side thing. I'm not sure how I could fix that if at all possible. But it has a good connection, physical connection. DualShock 4 is like a good controller, kinda, except two things I have an issue with it. One, the hand... I thought DualShock 3 was my favorite controller type. And I still have those, and I still haven't figured out, haven't worked up the mustered the effort to set them up again. I think the grips in DualShock 4 are a bit too large and a little too heavy, at least compared to DualShock 3.
We have control of all 4 towers.
And that part I've honestly gotten used to. I'm used to having a DualShock 4 now in my hands. But the part that I can't get used to is the fact that the slightest fucking jiggle will make this thing disconnect. All the time. I have to hold this controller here perfectly still, otherwise it disconnects. And the USB cord is still plugged in. It's still physically connected, but it's not registered software side. So that's why I would love to get a DualShock 5, because hopefully that doesn't have this issue. And I know it's with the controller type itself, because my brother's got a PlayStation 4, and I tried it out on his controllers, and it's the same issue. It's not just mine's worn down. No, it's design of the controller itself. Which isn't an issue for PS4 users, because you play wireless. You only plug it in to charge, but for PC, it has to be plugged in. Yeah, I switched to PlayStation 3 the latter half of 7th gen. And I got very used to DualShock 3 controllers and their stick positions. In fact, I learned the claw grip on a DualShock 3 while playing Dark Souls, because I learned it for Dark Souls. And those dual stick position allows you to do... You do know what a claw grip is, right? So I know I've said claw grip a lot before, and maybe you don't know what it is. It's just been nonsense to you. Alright, let's just pop off. That is short range. It's probably because it's low rank. Get to like level 30 with Frost, which is basically mastery. But want to have decent range. Out of the kit then. Okay. Just base stat, that is. I could always throw in some reach mods. Well, not always. I could try to throw in some reach mods. You can do a half claw on Xbox pretty fine, which is usually all you need, but if you're playing maybe Dark Souls, that double claw is pretty good. Oh yeah, like I'm playing with one claw grip right now on the right side, because jumping is A and shooting is the triggers and the shoulder buttons. And melee is B. I still gotta move the camera. But yeah, with the way DualShock 3's the PlayStation sticks are arranged, you can do claw grip on your left side, so you actually have your pointer handling the D-pad while your thumb is still on the stick. And because that's switched on the Xbox style, it's your pointer on the stick, and I find that
Will you
awkward.
stay or go?
Not quite as high fidelity as the thumbstick is. Ooh, I don't have for that. Oh, I don't even have the parts for it either. Yeah, that's why. Because especially in Dark Souls, you want to use the D-pad for swapping through your spells and items.
They are broadcasting another message. Make sure the enemy never receives it.
I'll stick around for more. Up in SC6. Yeah, like the third-party one I got has the stick arrangement like it is on a DualShock. So that way I can do the claw grip like that. Also, the Xbox D-pads have just been horrible, I think. The circular D-pad, that it's so easy to accidentally hit a diagonal with those. I really don't like it.
Tower capture. Beginning stream decode now.
Yeah, it's just the circular D-pad and the stick placement are really my only issues with the Xbox controller versus DualShock. At this point, my left thumb is so used to the DualShock placement that when I try to play on a controller with it on the Xbox style, it gets so cramped and exhausted so fast. It's really not used to having a stick in that place. Like it used to be. Oh, it used to be. But it's not used to that anymore. I'll try integrating my 1s and 2s into here. Because there aren't that many frames I play where you actually want to use your abilities like all the time. Usually you have like a big ability you want to save all your energy for.
Tower lost.
Sweet, I actually got to. Oh yeah. Maybe you can get used to using your index finger for with the stick, in which case, more power to you. I always felt that. Honestly, I'd have to learn it, really, because I haven't used an Xbox-style controller, Xbox-style stick placement, to be specific, in so many years.
Have captured a tower.
Okay, usually the game spawns enemies out of sight, but you just saw them spawn it in sight. Usually happens when there's a little bit of lag with the host. Because this game, at least for PvE stuff, does it peer-to-peer. There's a few things that it does on servers.
We are dominating.
I
Keep it
do
up.
believe it does PvP on servers, which I still haven't touched. Wait a minute, I need to get more reactant.
We have lost control of the tower.
There we are.
A relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I'm so glad I set up Steam to just do melee attacks as long as I'm holding down B, because now I can use these speed mods without hurrying the fuck out of my hand. Oh man, does it hurt your finger to mash even remotely fast as that?
We have control of all 4 towers. We have successfully decoded the message. Clear the area.
Okay, could you, like... Alright. Yeah, these things are weak. I thought heavy attack would be a decent chunk of damage, but no. No. You've had a 7 times multiplier on that, and that was not much.
More data is being broadcasted. Are you willing to risk going back into the field?
No, I am not. Up to rank 12. Let's... Alright, cool. Oh, what's that green thing? What's the green thing? Alright, apparently I don't Lex Prime. Oh yeah, totally. The GameCube controller is awesome. I mean, the way that they curved the shoulder triggers, those just snugly fit your fingers.
Decode the signal.
I don't know why they make more controllers like that. It was so ergonomically designed. I cannot believe they haven't reproduced it anywhere. Got 97 void traces from like 6 relics. 196 hexanon, that's good. 336 oxium. That's what I'm talking about. That's a third of what I needed for Valbon. And I still have a couple GameCube controllers, but I have no idea if I can hook those up for use on PC. And I don't know if any third-party controllers actually make stuff that's both high enough quality and mimics the ergonomics of that stuff. 'Cause that was really amazing. That I can put new mods on. Nope.
Now get out there and
Cut down the.
make the Lotus proud.
I don't really need Streamline, do I? Actually, it probably would be a bit better because I feel fairly immobile as Frost. Yes, relatively speaking, Frost is a slow frame. I know I may have looked like I was going fast, but oh boy, I'm not. I have 4 here. That's good. That's good. I could put in Hellfire. Yeah, Hellfire should be fine. Just not too much more damage. I'll put back in Thermite rounds. What do I have? That is a 4. Flash is 5. Fast hands. That's why I have that. Yeah, 1,478. That's a decent amount of damage. Yeah, they really should have. Hopefully they make some GameCube style controllers for the Switch. Maybe they already have. Actually, I should maybe look into the Switch Pro controller. I know that thing's $70, which is like expensive, really expensive. Controllers used to be like $50 or less.
I've been thinking.
But if it has the stick placement that I like, I've only heard good things about the Pro controller. Alright, let's find a quick draw. Yeah, quick draw. Well, I'm not really going to... yeah, quick draw. If I am going to use it, I'm going to be rerolling a lot. Dual commas, 26 out of 30. That's good. Yeah, see, Quickening, Berserker, that's really it. Do I have that's a 9? Furnace Mandible? Yeah, maybe. Shattering Impact would be good. Tank. Ah, okay. What Furnace Mandible? Let's use that. Or Reach. Or Reach. Or Reach. You know what? Never mind. Let's just stick with Furnace Mandible. I don't have much. Not much at all. Let's switch over to 11. This is the type I was talking about. This pet has a unique mod, Panzer Devolution. Evolves into its larval form upon death and spits quills at enemies and respawns into its true form after 30 seconds. And this doesn't have any kind of limit on the amount of times it can happen per mission, so every time it dies, it just turns into a pupa, floats around you for a bit, and then goes back into its normal form. The main reason for using that is not for the respawn thing, but because it actually does a lot of damage. Like, a lot. I've seen this pet hit for 1 million damage. Let me reiterate that. 1 million damage on an enemy. That's not the normal damage, mind you, but that is the highest I've seen it hit. And pets normally don't do much damage. Like, you're the one supposed to be doing the most DPS. Oh, yeah. I have a few, and it's kind of random which breeds you get, for the most part. Except for this type. This type you have to go hunt out in the wilds and find some weakened ones to turn into your pets, but for normal ones like Hakara and Sakasa, these are random breeds you have to incubate, so I have a couple of spares that are cute little puppies, because they're the same breeds I already have. I don't see a purpose to have multiple, but I can't bring myself to get rid of them. Because they are adorable. Yeah, they'll actually step out of their incubator and walk to you at some point on the ship. And often I'll get up out of Navigator to find Sakasa, my old Kubra, just sleeping next to me. Again, they're adorable. I don't know why people let them die so often. Why? How could you hate something like this? What's wrong with the world? Alright, I have nothing maxed. I don't need to get anything. I was in that one for a while. That's longer than... People usually bail out on, like, the second or third round and go up to the fourth at most. That went up to the 6th round. Here's a defense. Yeah, Leffen does slash damage and viral damage, which are both really good damage types at the present balancing of the game.
Fluid injector has been recalibrated to wreak havoc on Tile Regor's cloning operation. Defend the injector for as long as possible to ensure maximum damage. Watch out, I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
Alright, and then pop it up, and there we go. See? This is what Frost is best at. You just pop that up, and you just need to keep them outside the globe, and that's it. Oh, and that's Nidus, by the way. That ability, anyways. Yeah, they were.
Find more.
And it's really, the reload times in this game are fairly long, so it's generally a good idea to put it on a reload mod. Even though, like, you could spend that capacity and slot on, like, a damage mod. I don't know, reload time helps with DPS after all. This just makes the guns feel better. Yeah, so there's like race-specific mods for each pet type. Oh, hey, got a Parazon kill and a Ragdoll. Nice. It's really rare to get Parazon kills because it only has a chance to trigger when they're really low HP. So it's really likely that you'll just kill them with your next shot or cut before you realize you had a Mercy prompt. So that's why it's really rare to get Mercy kills. They're really cool animations. Like, really cool animations. Wait, did I upgrade the commas? Because I just... Oh, right, counterspandable. That's what I did. Or slash damage. Yeah, the UI's bugged out. On the ability thing, on the lower right, you see that 0 over my third ability. It's supposed to be the health of this thing, and it's supposed to be like out of 100, but I think it's displaying like percentage, but the UI is not set up for that. So it just shows a 0. It truncates. So I don't actually know what the health of my globe is. Actually, there's a mod I should put on here. Wait, do I have the augments? I'm not sure if I have any augments for Frost. Alright, pet-specific mods. So, each pet has like 2 specific mods to their race. Which means there's reason to use each one because of different stats. I mean, short nails I think I prefer for gaming too, because if you have long nails, at least on keyboard, you end up accidentally hitting other keys. If you try to hit it with your fingertip, the nail extends off of that. On controller though, it doesn't really matter too much to make it work. That doesn't help with your nail biting either, does it? That's right, this thing does highlight enemies, doesn't it? I don't have to guess if I'm shooting at an enemy or a corpse. I can just ADS and they'll check for me. Yeah, mobilize helps a lot with mobility, as the name says. Let me just put that up. I just want to be sure it's at good health, because see, look, it says a 1 right there. So I think it's, that should be multiplied by 100, whatever value it has. It's bugged. It's been like this for a while. Maybe it's an accidental bug that they can't fix, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know, they've rolled out plenty of hotfixes in the past. Oh, that's why I couldn't look behind me. Oh, Alright, my bubble got nullified. Okay. Yeah, feel free to say more random stuff, because as I said, I gave life advice to Sobit, and I was playing Oblivion at the time. Just I'm playing the game doesn't mean you have to talk about the game. It's just I'm not too good at bringing up other things. I find it easiest just to talk about what's right in front of me, happening in the moment.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Prime. Forma. I can use more formas. Try to keep a stockpile of 10 forma blueprints. One guy wants to leave after one round. I'll do one round to less than 4, honestly. Oh, it's the hosts. Oh yeah, there totally are. I think long nails are only good if you want to rake someone.
Embryonic fluid injector has been recalibrated to
Oh, we lost someone.
Regor's cloning operation. Defend the injector for as long as possible to ensure maximum damage.
Hopefully this is the Nidus, because I don't think I'll be... Oh, Havoc joined the squad. Cool.
You're near a fissure.
Yeah, this gun's not too great. I mean, maybe it just doesn't have the mock capacity yet. But I don't think it's that great. Actually, guns generally aren't that great in this game. You can make your guns great, but it does take quite a bit of effort. Like, you have to get the max rank, then install an Oricon reactor, then form them a few times to make sure you have all the right mods, make sure they're all maxed out. You have to do a lot of stuff to make your guns good. You can make them good, but oh boy. Melee weapons tend to be, like, good out of the box more often than not. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. So I've definitely gotten pretty good at the parkour in this game.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Oh, that's my tier 1. Okay. Yeah, the two greatest tips for making the parkour good, being good at the parkour, is you bullet jump where you aim. I didn't realize that for a long time. Oh hey, the UI is actually fixed. Great. Now it shows 33, 29, 22. That's declining fast. The only other reason besides aesthetics I could say for having long... I think of two things. One, as a little pry, because you know there's stuff like, say, your cans, or if you have two Lego bricks stuck together, it's really thin, you have to get something in there to pry it off, you could use a nail. There's someone I used to know who always kept like their pinky nail at least a little bit long, so that way they had a little tab to insert for prying that stuff open. They kept the rest of their nail short. Oh, I could have got a mercy kill on him. The other reason would be if you want to use your nails as a claw, because, I mean, that's what they used to be before we lost. And evolution's just incremental changes. It's not fully optimized. Because our nails used to be claws. That's why we have them. Yeah, if you want to use them as a claws or as a tab to open things, like you say, slip a knife into a thin crease so you can pry it out. Pry, yes. Pry is an actual thing. Yeah, that and aesthetics. That's somebody's gun. not my gun. I don't know why that UI shows up for everybody when it's only one person's gun. Here we are! Got a mercy kill. Like, I hear the mercy kill prompt, and then they're dead. And then I recognize the fact that I heard the mercy kill prompt. Right, I was on parkour tips before that tangent. Is it really a tangent if that's what you... I'm going on another tangent. When they can bullet jump where you aim in 2, that wall jumping resets your bullet jump. Your mid, so you can bullet jump midair, and it consumes your double jump to bullet jump midair. So you better have your double jump, and if you wall jump, it resets your double jump, so you can do another midair bullet jump. So you can like bullet jump into a thing, wall jump off, bullet jump again, and that helps you a lot in getting to places. Yeah, so there's this little hacking tool we have called Parazon Blade, and like it is a little blade, and we use it to hack things, so we just stick it into electronic and then play a little mini game to hack it. But it's like hard and pointy enough that you can also use it as an assassination tool, and so you'll see it rarely, but definitely you will see it used to just kill things from time to time. There's like a lot of animations for the mercy kill too. At least 2 for each direction you attack them from. There's side kills, there's back kills, there's front kills, there's above kills too, maybe? Like that. Because these are weak and they get a lot of impact procs, I can get mercy kills if I'm paying attention enough. There's the impact procs. Yeah, impact is a damage type, so every damage type has a status effect, and impact, it increases the chance of a mercy kill happening. Well, mercy kill window happening. Which I guess also increases the chance of a mercy kill happening in the first place. You do need the window. Yeah, I'm gonna bail after this. I think we lost our Nidus. I think. Oh, it got nullified.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah, it's supposed to normally display 100 down there. Oh, we only got 2. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dual commerce max. I can get rid of these bad stuff. Rather, I can use them to craft something else. Frost Prime's rank 20. Alright, what's the next melee weapon? Glaive Prime, Consume Prime, Kasheg, Masseter, Reaper Prime. Tickle. I am thinking Gunsen. Never used War Fans before. My first time seeing this moveset. This stands for it too. Alright, what's it got? Oh cool, it's got a full suite. Oh, they're kind of fast. Crit rate's kind of more of a condition thing. No, not Berserker. Quickening. Pressure points. No, thank you. I'll take your word on that.
Did you hear that?
It said cosmic background radiation is a riot. I've heard that one so many times, it still makes me chuckle a little on the inside. Definitely putting reach on there. I like having reach on my stuff. I don't always have space for it. It's one of the first things I let go, but I like reach. I like trains. Oh, and there's prime. That's only if I have the space for it. Prime reach. That thing is so expensive to upgrade. These little pips that light up underneath is like what rank the mod is. The higher the rank, the more capacity it needs to be installed, but also the stronger it gets. And just, it takes so much resources to upgrade some of these, especially ones with a lot of pips like Prime Breach and Healing Return and Blood Rush. Oh my god. Oh, this was looking for. Just Frost, Volcanic Edge. I have 5! I have 5 left. Oh no. What do I have with Drifting Contact? I'll take that. So yeah, I don't know how these handle. These are almost max rank. I can put in better fast. That's Point Strike. Fast hands. As for you, I've got a 3. Like, I haven't fully upgraded Hornet Strike because just let's see. Hornet Strike upgrades 927,000 credits to upgrade it 4 times, and 19,200 endo. I have 27,000. This costs so goddamn much. And the drain increases to 14, but damage-wise it's 220%. So they get an extra 80% damage. There's like 50% increase over what I have. Yeah, I can see why I leave some of these at not max rank. Not out of choice. Out of necessity. I do have Auger Pact. That's good. Auger Pact increases damage. Oh, I only have 1 extra point. I thought I had 2 extra points, but no. If I had 2 extra points, I could throw in Auger's Secrets instead of Mobilize, which would increase ability strength further.
Operator, you have
Yeah, the companions are great because you get stuff like Hunter Recovery, Life Stealing, so everything my pet eviscerates, I get healed for. And Pack Leader, so everything I eviscerate, my pet gets healed for. We heal each other. And it's just damage. All the damage, and then the and then fetch so it picks up stuff for me. Or more precisely, that's the... I don't have to stand on top of a piece of loot to pick it up. I just have to be, like, within 13 meters of it, and it just gets sucked into me. So this thing does a lot of viral damage when it's down, so it's kind of arguable whether you actually want it to stay alive. This viral has a very useful status effect. I'll keep mine alive. I don't like my stuff dying. Anywho, we are at 2201, so do you want to keep going, or should I call it here? Because you and I both know I have to keep playing until my booster is out. It's another 2 hours. No excavation. There's a life defense, though. Oh no, it's this planet. Oh, thank you. Uh, uh, an axie. I have a bunch of axies. You know what? Let's go into Fortuna and do some stuff there.
Control expands to a new sector.
Yeah, that thing's a Kuvalich.
To stop me. Resolve.
Alright. Good night then, Schliff. It's another good night with you. You got to meet my old friend Sobit. I've known for maybe about a year now, honestly. That's how long I've been streaming. Or is it 2 years now? I don't know. He wasn't here at the very start, but like, at least he's been around for a year. So I'm not super familiar with the emotes in Warframe. I do know they exist though. Gosh, that happens. The dead zone's real small on this, so... That's not aimed right.
Manifest checks out. Carry on. Today is your lucky day, Cove. Let's us have a quiet conversation.
Yeah, that's also clipped off screen. Well, you'll have to take what you can get. Good night. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be playing this for at least another 2 hours.